Trying to get a fire going over here, guys. Just give me a second. I got something I want to read to you. If y'all want to invite more people here, go ahead. If not, just hang out. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to read you guys something that I wrote down. Recently, I allowed sin to get into my life and destroy my marriage, destroy my family. And I got a few things I want to say about that. Just hang out, watch the sun. I'm lighting a fire over here to the left. All right, so we got one person here hanging out. Okay, well, got a fire. I got some paper, written down some stuff here. I just want to share with you and get it off my chest. I have some confessions to make, and this won't be quick, because if I'm honestly being honest, when I look back at my past, I see sin, and there's a lot of it. I didn't memorize this because I'll never perform it. I just needed to get it off my chest before I burn it. Sometimes I feel like when I'm caught up in a whirlwind that just won't set me down. And my dad used to sit me down and he'd tell me, yesterday doesn't matter. What you do with today is all that counts. But sometimes I feel like tomorrow will be another yesterday, and I'll be honest. I've even contemplated not going any farther. Well, I bet you didn't see that coming. But there are no perfect people, are there? I was 19 years old when I put a gun to my chest. I figured I'd put that bullet there instead of my head. Maybe I didn't want to ruin the thought of an open casket. So many things led me to that point, and I couldn't continue to mask it. I'm just trying to be open right now with the masses who have amassed with no knowledge of my past, because there's a past that I do not like looking at, but it likes looking at me and talking to me and reminding me of all the failures and faults and the people I've hurt and the counsel I've fought. I've always pushed people back. A lot of friends I've lost and I'll never get back. My actions told them to get back like they were helpless to help the construction zone that I had become. I've always been a work in progress, but there is no progress if there is no progression. So maybe some progression will come from my confessions. I'm not happy with who I am, and I don't think I will ever be this side of eternity. But some of you put me on a pedestal. Like I think he's so spiritual, at least he better be. I watched him preach, and he even met with me. I'll never forget what he had to say. God has a plan for your life. And I probably did say that. And I still think that it's right. But what I don't say when I meet you is how lonely it feels on these aluminum flights. Boarding pass, please. Where are you going? Your flight has been delayed because right now it's snowing. So take your baggage and sit over there. We'll alert you when we can get you in the air. Sometimes I wish they wouldn't alert me, because the higher I get on those planes is the more it hurts me to think about how close I am to heaven and how I'm so unworthy. I prefer the window seat, but not for the view. For the distance from the aisle so I can close my eyes and pretend I'm sleeping. So the flight attendants won't bug me with pretzels and water. It's not that I don't like pretzels, and every man needs water. But it's what I'm reminded of when I'm that close to heaven. They hand me that cup and I see my reflection. I see the woman at the well, but it's just me and Jesus there instead, and he knows me well. Maybe not with 5 wives and a life full of lies, but still enough to put her and I on level playing ground. She was ashamed of her sins, so she hid from her town. But to me, it's not just a town. I've got thousands of people looking now, my wife and kids listening to me, and you as well. But just let me tell you that I'm not who you think I am. With my fist held high, yelling when I became a man, yeah, for sure, that's just God in me. And the boldness he provides is plenty. But I'm just another Paul fighting the feelings of sin that make me feel so empty and don't always win. I don't always win when the devil tempts me, and he tempts me a lot. The opportunities to fall came pouring in the better I've got. Everybody wants popularity until it puts you in a bubble. And everyone around you wants to see you fall or see you failing, and you start to think that everything you do is going to get you in trouble. Well, God must have been crazy when he gathered the angels in a heavenly huddle. Like I'm sending Cassidy to tell the world. Thousands of people later, I'm like, what in the world? Why me? And I still wonder that. And you wonder why I spend so much time under this hat or behind this camera. Have you ever felt like crawling under the carpet or hiding under a mat? Yeah, it's just like that. I use a hat to hide me from the surroundings when I'm under attack. So many sitting on the sidelines forgetting that the Christian life is a race on a track in the middle of a firefight with demons who love to put a target on your back. So I keep on changing my shirt, but it's still there. I complain about being slandered and cursed and claim it's not fair, but I'd rather be on the front line screaming Jesus than sitting in a chair in a room looking out the window and thinking, would anyone miss me if I pulled this trigger and released this lead? I mean, I'd be dead, but would anyone miss me? But that's not what kept me from doing it. I'm a coward. That's why I couldn't do it. I could have never done it. And I knew it. No matter how bad I wanted to, I was afraid of what would happen next. Next! Why are you here? Says God. I killed myself in my bed in my room. I'm sorry. I know what you did. But that decision was not up to you. I created you. I gave you life and ending. I gave you life and ending it was not up to you. You failed me. Depart from me. I never knew you. That's why I didn't do it. Fear. But it was that same fear that kept my depression near, and the doctors told me to pop pills and sent me on my way. So I popped those pills thinking that somehow, some way, someday I'd be able to see the blue through the gray, and I'm tired of hiding it until I excuse me. And I'm tired of hiding it. I pushed my family away. I had been surrounded by so many actors starting to believe their screenplay, pretending that they loved me, only to say, I told you so when you screw up. He can never change. You can play a lot of tricks on the screens of social media with smiling faces and motivational quotes. And I felt like sometimes I was the only one in this ocean of loneliness drifting away on a boat. And the funny thing is, I'm the one who boarded that raft. I ignored your warnings, Ashley, to my wife. I pushed off the dock and I watched my family and my safety pass by. How bad could the ocean be? Well, let me just tell you, it sucks. It's cold, it's lonely, and it's everything it promises is a lie. You're thirsty, drink salt water. Watch your lips dry up as time creeps by. And there I was, a mess on the inside, who has had to staple a smile to his face, and I can blame a million things that put me in that place. And it's weird that I talk about it like it's past tense. I wake up some mornings and sometimes it's still there, and it's tragic. Because sometimes I feel like I can't breathe and I can only close my eyes until that feeling leaves. So what's the cure, of course? Pick up the Bible and read. And that's why I tell people when they ask me, but when I say goodbye and get in the taxi, I wonder if they actually listened to anything that I had to say. Or if I was just giving them a cheap prescription masked in the fake spirituality so that... excuse me. Fake spirituality so that... I can't even finish it. But let me just tell you this. I'd rather stay and never go. I love my family, and this pain hurts me so. But if you are anything like me, you know the incredible weight of that book after not being able to get out of bed for days. So are you listening to me, or will you blow off everything I say? And if you do, I don't blame you. Because baby, I know what you're going through. And all the advice that others have never helped me either. I know I was expected to be perfect, and I messed that up badly as well. I am a believer in change because I'm not too far gone. Most expected me to be perfect because of Jesus. But that's just not the truth either. And I'm sorry to say that it's just stupid, or maybe you're just new to forgiving and loving like Jesus. Because following Jesus is the hardest thing you'll ever do. I'm trying to follow him and forget that I have been used and that I have used other people. This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. I have definitely dirtied the walls while being here. But I could lie to you and tell you that it's all golden roads and prosperity. I only follow Jesus, and it's not like that. He promised a hard life. Excuse me. But I follow Jesus, and it's not like that. He promised me a hard life with lots of sorrow. And trust me when I say that you being gone is not a pill that I want to swallow. I love you, and I promise that Jesus will provide strength for tomorrow to get through the depression, anxiety, guilt, murder, rape, divorce, death, disease, and pain of tomorrow. And the next day, and whatever comes after that. I hope I'm young when I die, maybe a car crash or a heart attack, because I've seen the American dream and I want nothing to do with that. I just want to be where I found my peace, at the foot of the cross at Jesus' feet. It's the only place I've ever felt complete, like I matter, like I belonged, fulfilled and satisfied. No more void in my chest. But for now I have been put to the test because I'm just a man who is a mess, who God is using as a messenger. And this is his message for the world. Don't follow Cassidy. Come follow me. Jesus till I die. God uses broken things. I will stand on the rock until I fly. I love you. Please forgive me. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let you know that Jesus saves. He's coming again soon. Take that out of there. And we all screw up. But there is hope in Jesus because he loves us. I love you guys. It's not too late to repent.